Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to my channel, Chandler Elizabeth. Well, my friend Jen, we work at the salon. Her and her now husband, Jimmy, they got married on Friday. And so everyone from the salon went, and your girl got throwed. I was pretty freaking sloppy. I knew I was going to be. I knew it because 6 and I, had stopped talking. And I wouldn't even say it was just that week. I would say that week and a few weeks before, I kind of just felt vacant and like not really present at all. And that week especially, I felt nothing. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I felt literally nothing, and it made me really uncomfortable. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize in advance if I get sloppy at Jenn and Jimmy's wedding, because I'm gonna drink until I do feel something. So I got home from work that day. My friend / wedding date came over, and why do you need to pregame before a wedding? Why? You don't, but I did. I took 3 double Jaeger bombs. Again, why? I couldn't tell you why. And then, we were on a level. We were smooth sailing, the ceremony, reception. Boom! Wine, champagne, wine, champagne, wine, back and forth. Oh my God. The Chardonnay that they had there was so strong. I don't think there was a time when I didn't have a drink in my hand that night. I definitely drank some water, not even enough. And guess what? We ended up going out to 7th Street after. Boy. Before I even get to 7th Street, I'm pretty sure everyone at the wedding saw my fucking titties about like 4 to 7 times, because I was wearing this strapless dress and your girl just bouncing around on that dance floor trying to shuffle in these heels, and it would just slide, and I felt like I would catch it in time before my nipple showed, but I'm pretty sure there were a couple times when I was not quick enough. I didn't have these hands. Anyway, so we hit up 7th Street. I definitely know I got a double Jaeger whenever I got there, had some water, and I think someone else got me another double Jaeger. Boom, whatever, dancing, sure, my titties popped out. I remember trying to just do this with my legs and try to fucking flash my crotch, my whole entire body. I feel like 7th Street was very short-lived because I was like, your girl hungry, I'm trying to get some ramen. So I went and got ramen, and then I Ubered home. So whenever I wake up in a panic because I knew I did not set an alarm. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, good. My 9 a.m. had actually rescheduled, so coincidentally didn't have, a bright and early appointment. I blocked myself off because I knew I was going to be some type of way. I wake up, was the first thought, and then the second thought was, fuck. I don't remember the Uber drive home at all. I don't remember if it was a girl. I don't remember if it was a guy. I don't remember if I sat in the front, which is where I usually sit, or if I sat in the back. I don't know if my titties were hanging out of my dress. I don't know if he or she fondled me, or I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I woke up and I was just like, what the fuck happened? And I definitely blacked out here and there, but I'm trying to retrace my steps and think about what exactly happened. And I remember thinking in my head that night, dang, I can't believe I'm not even that fucked up. I'm so chill, and, trying to have a conversation with some of our new friends who were at the wedding. But when I woke up in the morning, I was like, no, I was definitely trashed. I'm sure I was shouting. I'm sure I purposely flashed people. I was a hot mess. And I definitely drunk cried hard. I would blame Jimmy, the groom, because we're all, I think I started getting teary-eyed once my friend Kayla left, because then it was like, oh, that was my date. And then the fucking song, I just looked it up. I can't remember what it was called or what it's called, but it was like this sad song, Somebody to Love or something like that. The one that's like, I'm not even gonna try to sing it. Somebody to Hold. Somebody. I don't even know. So that song came on, and then I was just sitting there like, sad. And then, you know, I felt like I was all good, and then I hugged Jimmy and was like, oh my god, I'm so happy for you guys, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I was like, are you all coming out with us? He was like, yeah, we're coming out. Are you coming out? Invite your boyfriend. And I was just like, I don't have one. He never was my boyfriend. But I was just like, and he's like, oh no, did y'all stop talking? And I was like, yeah. And then I just kept crying from there. I cried a lot. But it was good because I just felt so like stopped up and just, like, bitch, just feel something, feel anything. And I couldn't feel anything. So I'm not super mad that I cried. Maybe a little bit, but I already knew. I knew that was gonna happen. So I did, and it felt great. And la-di-da-li-da-da-da, the next day, I was just like, dang, like, I kind of miss him. The whole entire week, actually, when I wasn't feeling nothing, I felt like I was missing him. I remember just, like, waking up, in the few seconds as I'm waking up, I just felt like this agony, like, blanketing me, and I'm just like, ugh, why? So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna text him. I'm gonna text him, and if he doesn't reply, there you go. The flip is switched. There are some things that have to absolutely happen for me to completely flip my switch, shut off my feelings, and I'm good. And I feel like that would have been a good time for that to happen, you know, like text him, he doesn't reply, boom, you're done. Happy again. If he does reply, whatever. So I was just like, kind of missing you. And he's like, well, I have the girls, I'm not doing anything today, if you want to come over. And I did. I came over, hung out, everything was fine. I love the girls, his babies. I love them so much. It was just, although it was aggressively hungover, it was just nice, you know, just to be there with him, with the babies, just cuddling. Oh my gosh, it was just so nice. And, you know, I didn't really, don't really think anything of it, didn't think anything of it, not gonna think anything of it. I think I'm back to, like, my chill, I can be who I am and not have to worry about whatever type dealio. So, yeah. I went to work the next day. Oh my god. The next day I was still recovering. It was just, I was just exhausted. I was a double, did not know that, but I was there from 10:30 to like 8:20, I think. Oh my god, it was exhausting. And he ended up texting me and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just at work. And he was like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. So we hung out that night again. And then the next day was a Monday. I didn't really expect to hang out. I thought I was just gonna leave. And he was just like, oh, we should go do something. And we went to the zoo. And all of that was fun. Like, I'm telling you, I do enjoy spending time with him. It was really nice. We went to the zoo. We were there for a couple hours, then went and grabbed lunch, came back to my place, took a nap. That was really nice. And then he had some plans later that night, and so he left. And the second he left, I felt nothing again. It was just like, for no reason too. It was just like, oh, now I'm empty and I feel nothing. And I was laying there, and literally everything I was trying to watch, I even was just like, if you decide you're not going to go out, you know, just let me know. I'm not doing anything. So I'm just laying there, like, trying to watch How I Met Your Mother, trying to watch all this other stuff. Like, I tried to watch Starsky and Hutch or something like that. Nothing was good. And I felt this way about a lot of stuff the last couple weeks. I don't know what is going... Well, I think I have an idea of what's going on. I can't stop looking at myself. I'm sorry. Keep looking here. Everything that I've tried to eat just tasted bland. Nothing's been good. Even TV shows. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I just want to enjoy something. Can I just enjoy something? And so I started watching Working Moms, and that show, thank you, Netflix. It's great. I thought it was just going to be like another corny Netflix show, but it's really good, relatable, and it's pretty funny. Anyway, he texted me again, was like, I should have just stayed home, and how'd you come over? And then he said nothing was popping, and so he, like, left the party, came back home, hung out again, and, yeah, I don't feel myself very eager. I don't know if this is just, like, a couple hangout sesh and I don't really care, you know? I feel like I'm back to the beginning where I was like, I kind of like how things are. I don't really care. I don't have this need to define what this is or whatever. If it doesn't work out, it won't work out. I honestly don't think it will. I feel like we are both unsure about each other because we're scared. I mean, again, very intuitive, okay? I fucking know this shit. I sense that from him, but I also feel that from me. And, you know, like, I think it was Monday night, yeah, before, you know, he texted me. I think I went and got some food, and I just, like, on the drive, I just, like, randomly started crying. Just a few tears. Not because of him. Like, I think how I've been feeling the last couple weeks is way more than him. Way more. Because I was like, what? Oh, why am I feeling some type of way right now? And I was thinking about it, and I was just like, I think I'm having like an existential, the crisis about your existence. Existential crisis. I don't know, stroke. And I think it has so much more to do than with 6'6". And I'm trying to remember how I said this, but I think it's just like, I was so set in my ways. I was so happy to be by myself, to be independent, doing this shit, living my best life. Like, I literally felt like I was living my best life. Everything was amazing. I was just like, I don't need anyone. I don't want to need anyone. Like, everything was just peachy. And I was ready to live this life for a long time. And then he comes in the picture, everything's happening fast, like how everything with me and Corey did. And I was just like, okay, bitch, like, I'm on board. And then it slowed down, and I remember that scared me because I was like, wait, what is happening? Like, oh no, am I all of a sudden not of value to you or whatever? And that was a whole trying to figure out my mental situation. Got over that. Then it was just like, oh, now I'm being avoided, and I'm fixating on all of your flaws, convincing myself I'm not really into you, so I cannot be into you because I feel this shift and a change, and now I'm not even really interested. To like, okay, so now we stop, and now I feel like just flat in nothingness. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? You know? And I think it's just because I was so set. That was how I was going to live my life. And this guy comes in, and I get a little taste of a little reminder of how it feels like to love someone or be close to love, and to have someone there to support you, and have someone there to support, you know, and hello, a whole other chapter of motherhood, question mark? Like, I don't want kids. I don't want my own kids. But just like, oh my God, I feel like, and I mean, I know they're two, but like, I just felt like this motherliness. Like, it was just like, anytime they're crying or freaking out, this instant instinct to make it better. What can I do? What can I do for you to make you stop crying? And then just like the cuddles and the kisses, and then just like watching them. They're so smart. And for a split second, I did think maybe I do want children. And maybe I'll change my mind down the road. Right now, I definitely haven't. But that life that I had, the best life, living my best life that I had, all of a sudden melted away. And now it's just like, I want to have this connection, this love with someone, which is fine on its own, but then you trail back to when it was perfect. It was great. You had this love of your life, my ex. Everything was amazing. Dude, I'm telling you, we were literally relationship goals. I loved every ounce of his fucking soul. He was my life. I never needed anyone like that, ever. I never needed my parents the way that I needed him. And he needed me, and everything, you know, was just great until it wasn't. And then, you know, I know in all of my videos I've talked about my ex and like everything was great until it wasn't, blah, blah, blah. And I have nothing but great things to say about him. But fuck, I guess during this whole like lull, I'm reminded of how shitty it felt. You know, when all of a sudden this person is your person and now it's like, we're both changing and we're not connecting as much and we're trying and nothing's working, and you feel just slowly ripping away from each other until you don't even talk to each other at all anymore. I think that hit me around, everything was, you know, I didn't even think of him or about him in that kind of way until Snapchat reminded me, oh, hey, a year ago was your anniversary, or it's your anniversary now, if we had been together. And that was like, oh shit, like I didn't even think about that. And then my birthday shortly after, and I was like, I've spent 3 birthdays with him, which is a lot to spend, which is the most I've spent with any love interest. I don't know if I've spent any birthdays with any love interests, but Snapchat coming through with those fucking shitty ass memories. And I just remember, and I think that was my birthday, was also kind of the time where I was like fretting what was going on with me in 6-6. So on top of whatever it was I was going through in my head, along with this whole like, oh, you don't have anyone, like, but remember when you did have someone and he loved you to fucking bits, like, damn. So what am I saying? I'm saying, yeah, I think I'm having an existential crisis, because it was just like, I was fucking set, like, ready to live my best life. Is this the 7th time I'm saying this? So fucking set. Didn't want anything with anyone, did not want anything with anyone, didn't want anything with 6-6. When I took him home, I was like, I don't want anything. And we go on a date, our first date, I'm like, I know everything there is to know about you. I just, like a sponge, soaked all this up, and I want to be here for you. I want to be the support system. I want to be in your life. Like, it happened so fast, and then it stopped, and then it ended, and then I missed him, and then it's like, well, oh my god, I'm fucking scared. That's just what it comes down to, is I'm scared. I love, but I am scared when it's not like that same energy level of quickness as it was with my ex, because then it's just like, now you have time to think about everything, and I don't like to think about everything. I like to just dive the fuck on in and figure it out. But now it's just like, do you really want to be with this person, or blah 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 blah, maybe they don't want to be with you, and it's just like a whole thing. But right now I don't not feel anything for 6-6. I do absolutely, you know, he's attractive, love being with him, care about him, but it's not how it was in the beginning, where it's just like, I want to be with you type thing. I want what he wants. If he wants to explore and see how it goes, cool. If he doesn't, cool too. Like, I don't think I'm attached enough to where I can hurt again, which I don't think I really was hurt. I think I was just like in an obsession, and broke from it. Gucci. I hate that I just said that. Ew. I'm good. But that still doesn't shake the fear, you know, of And again, I love love. I love love, especially when I'm drugs. I love love. I love love. Okay? But when someone doesn't love love as much as you love love, or don't have that same like capacity or whatever, it's scary because you're vulnerable and they're vulnerable, but how much of your arm are you holding out of your sleeve on your heart? I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to say, but like how much of you is exposed versus how much of them is exposed emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. And obviously you can't compare. And I remember in the beginning with Corey when I was just like, wow, he's definitely way more into me than I'm into him. And that's scary because no one has ever been into me as much as he was in that beginning. And I remember feeling I can't stop looking. I remember that being very scary because I was like, what if I let him down? And then we just both fell madly in love with each other and everything was great. And this, like I said, is way more than it is about 6'6". It's definitely way more. I don't have the need to be with him in particular. I don't have the need to be with anyone in particular. But when that moment arises or presents itself, it's just like, here we go again. Like, I am so proud of how well I recovered from our breakup. I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to walk away in that moment that I did, because had I stayed any longer, we would have hated each other. It would have sucked so much more. We would have hated each other. Or one of us would have cheated. Simple, easy. Like, I felt we were both already dragging each other down. I felt myself changing. I was becoming extra really fucking anxious and naggy. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. The second he comes home, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pulling, he's pushing, or I'm pushing, he's pulling away, whatever. I felt that, you know? And I think in this small little chapter, a few pages of me and 6'6", it got scary for sure. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that I was scared and still am. Whether things continue or not, just with anyone in general, it's just like, I don't know if I could do it again. I know I'm really fucking strong and I'm very strong-willed, minded, you know, like, but, oh God, it's exhausting. It is exhausting. And I know, oh my gosh, for the first 2 years of our relationship was just a piece of cake. Yeah, there was a little drama here and there from the ex or whatever, but other than that, it was just smooth sailing. But when we hit those rocks towards the end, we knocked back and forth and it was exhausting. I remember just feeling so helpless, stuck, angry, unwanted, a little bit resentful. Like, I made sacrifices and did this and did that, and why are we all of a sudden not what we were? Why are we watching this relationship burn? Because that's how it felt. We were literally sitting back watching it. Throwing more fire, throwing more whatever, liquor, acetone, I don't know, into that pit, you know, and it's almost been a year since we've broken up. December would be a year since I left the apartment, but it was just like, you know, you remember all the good times when it's done, but those bad times, like, it fucking sucked ass. It sucked so much because I love sex. Physical intimacy to me is nothing I'll fuck it. I was gonna say I'll fuck just about anyone. Not true. But yeah, if you're hot and you're single and I wanna bang, yeah, I'll bang. Like, but emotional intimacy, that is just on a whole other level. Like, I have to vibe with almost your entire body, like every inch of your soul. Even with friendships, like, I have to vibe with you on this level before I can even open up. And I know I'm really freaking open, but I mean like really open up, like really be vulnerable, like really share intimate details of my life with you personally. On my Snapchat, on my YouTube channel, on whatever social media, if I'm throwing it out there, it's because I'm throwing it out there, and you can read it, you can watch it, whatever, it's there for you to learn. But for me to pull someone aside and talk to them about something in my life, there's only a select few people that I have that I do that to or can do that with, because it is very intimate when your soul is open. That's just a whole other thing, you know? And 6'6" was the first guy in almost a year that I wanted to be, I was gonna say emotionally vulnerable with. And that's a huge step for me. And I guess knowing that I can do that is a good thing, but also knowing in the back of my mind that I'm really scared because this could crash and burn. You know, like everything's probably great in the beginning, like how it was with me and Corey, and then it could literally crash and burn. I packed up my life, not saying like we moved across the country, but I packed everything up, you know? Like, I quit the service industry because I wanted to look for a job so we could have the same hours. Turns out I don't like any day job. So yeah, he supported me through cosmetology school and all that stuff. But I also moved to Dallas, you know, and I didn't have a lot, and I had to leave with not a lot. And now I do have things, and it's just like, if I meet someone and we fall in love and we merge and our lives combine and then we crash and burn, and it's just like, well, fuck, now I have to start all over again. And I know that's just what life is. I know you can't control what happens in the future. You're not going to know what's going to happen. The only thing you can control is how you react to what is happening to, around you, whatever. That's the only thing you can stroke. That's the only thing that you can control, is how you react to things. But it still doesn't make it suck any less. And I think that's what I've been freaking out about, or just, I'm sure, I mean, I've been freaking out a lot about things, for a reason, you know, but I think deep down, that is something that is really making an extreme. Because that is something that I didn't really think about until I was like, why do I feel empty and vacant inside? I feel nothing. And that is why. Because that's fucking scary, man. It's so scary. And I know even having children is scary. I know fear is not a reason not to do something, but fuck, it's scary, man. My history, every woman's history who has been sexually abused or assaulted, as a child, multiple times. And I was just driving home, getting ready, thinking about what I'm going to talk about in this video. I was driving home from work today, and I was just like, I can still remember some of the men who didn't do anything, like my dad's friends or whatever, but the way they looked at you. And you're a fucking child. It wasn't like oh, she's so cute. It was a horny, disgusting fucks. And again, I know fear is not a reason to do something, but I'm telling you now, I will not think twice about murdering someone who touches my child. I don't fucking care who you are. I do not care who you are. I will slit your throat if you touch my child. And I won't even think twice about it. If I catch you, you're done. Yeah. That shit fucks you up, man. And I try to stay healing. You know, it's a process. I don't believe that I will ever be fully healed. I don't think anyone can be fully healed from that. But it's a process for fucking sure. And that's one thing. But the whole charred from love is another thing. I didn't realize how scared of I mean, I love love, but I'm also scared of it because building your life with someone, I built my life with him, you know? Like, this was the person that I swore up and down I was going to spend the rest of my life with. No doubt about it. No fucking doubt about it. He was it for me in that moment for a long time. We were it for each other. That was it. No questions asked. And then I'm saying all of a sudden like it happened overnight. It didn't. It was like multiple things. But it was just like, and then there's that moment where it's like, is this person worth it? And then you say, no, they're not worth it. And then you continue to keep doing what you're doing. And then it fucking sucks, you know? But I know that's life. I know people break up. And hello, I preach that you can learn everything from anything that has happened to you or whatever in your life. It's always something that you can learn from, something to help you grow. Yes, absolutely. But it does not change the fact that it fucking sucks ass. And having kids with someone and then splitting up, I'm sure that sucks ass too. And I know people get divorced, whatever. 6'6" is divorce. Like, it's a thing, you know, but it still sucks. And I think he's still recovering from that. Even if they weren't right for each other, you know, it doesn't matter. You still were vulnerable. You still adjusted your life. You still changed things and whatever for this person. And then they don't want to be with you. And then all of a sudden you're fucking stuck alone. Trying to heal, trying to grow. And it's just like, is it even worth it to go through all of it again? Is it worth it? I'm sure the fuck it is, because I love love so much. And I love to share and give love. Oh my God. It's amazing. I love being a girlfriend because I'm really fucking good at it. I'm so cool. I love sex. I'll suck your dick. You can have my butt. Like, oh my God, I will literally do anything and everything for you. But I need to know that you would do the same. And not a lot of people would, right? Not a lot of people are selfless. And I'm saying that as one of the most selfish people ever, because I love myself more than anything. But when I have my significant other, when I'm sharing a life with someone, oh my gosh, we are one, and I would literally jump in front of a bullet for you. I'm here to cater, cook, clean, wipe your fucking ass for you if you cannot, if something happened to you or whatever, you know, like, if I'm ballin' stylist or accidentally become YouTube famous or whatever, like, somehow learn how to play guitar and like write music and become famous and make all this money, you don't have to work. You can go to school if you want. Like, I will just, you are my love and this is our life, and I want to give and share everything with you. I love pretty intensely. I don't do it just for anyone, but when I do, you will suffocate from all of the love that I have to share and give. But yeah, it's scary. I was really excited to do this video because I was just like, I'm tired of feeling blah and nothing. I want to feel emotions, you know? If it were sad, I'd want to feel that too. But the last couple weeks, I've just felt very bland. Nothing has flavor, metaphorically and literally. But I feel less of nothing when I'm with 6'6". And I was thinking about it last week, and I was just like, it's not like I'm gonna be actively dating anyway. Like, what is the rush for? I asked that to myself because I was like, what are you in a rush for? If he and I end right now, I'm literally not going to be doing anything. It's not like I'm going to go back on the apps. Ew. It's not like I'm going to go get drunk and then, like, bring some other person home. Ew. Like, I'm literally not going to be doing anything with anyone. Don't really care to. Maybe by chance, maybe, but, like, it's not like I'm out here looking for love in a relationship. You know, so I thought about it and I was just like, why not waste time? Because I have plenty of fucking time to waste. You know? And if someone walked into his life and he decided they were better or a better fit or wanted to try that out, I don't think, I mean, it'd suck a little bit, but I don't think, you know, like, I think if there were someone else in the picture, or if he was a hard, like, no, we're done, that's easy. But what we did where it's like, it's probably not going to work out, so we should just quit now, that's not easy, because it's just like, now you're just like in limbo, like nothing's going to happen for either of y'all. It's just like, why not waste time till you are sure that it isn't going to work? Because it probably isn't. It probably isn't. You know, there are things about him that I really, really like. There are things that I'm willing to, you know, like, adjust or accommodate. But only if we're on the same page. It won't only if he is willing to do the same. If he's not, then it's just like, you're not it. You know? If he is willing, then maybe he is it. But it's just, that's just like not even a concern for me anymore. So I guess we're just gonna see. I'm just gonna see how life plays out, and I'm gonna try really hard not to be scared. Song on repeat is Dancing. I wish I had my iPad, but I don't. Dancing by somebody. I can't remember. I'll post it on the link below. I'll post it in the whatever. But I love that song. The beat, you just hear it and it's just like instant, like if I just popped like 3 Xanaxes. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that feels like, but you pop it. You play that song and I'm just like instantly in a trance, and it's just like, it's amazing. It's great. I love that song. I don't even know the words. Like, no, that's not even it. Okay, anyways, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram, Hair by Lisa Left Eye, Snapchat Chandler Liz. Thanks for watching. I already said that. Bye. I wish there was music, but there's not.